This is when I knew I was working for a shit organization and I had no purpose here. There was nothing I could do. I'm not trying to save the world, people, but if I could help in any way, shape, or form, I would love that. But I needed to check on a file, standard procedure, update the file, see where it's going, how everything is before I move forward. I called and I asked to speak to the customer or the client, which was a man. Let's call him Bob. I forgot his name. So I called and his wife picked up. We'll call her Susan. I don't remember her name. And Susan was super nice. She sounded like an older woman. And she said, "Oh, you're here, you're calling for Bob." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is Tamiya Robles. I'm calling from Liberty Mutual," and say my whole little script, but I'm saying it dead. She was like, "Oh yeah, thank you so much for calling." And this woman was talking to me like literally was calling because I cared. And she said, "My husband just died yesterday. So sorry, Bob's dead." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so." So I had to get out of that. I had to get out of that, like I had to be a human being. And the woman said, "Yeah, no, it's okay. He was battling cancer for a long time and he died in my arms." And I'm like, "Ugh." She was like, "Well, yeah, if you really want, we have this virtual flame where you can put it out online." So she gave me the website and I was like, "Don't worry, I'm going to blow this out." I went to my boss and I was just so broken up. This was my first workers' comp death. I'm saying first workers' comp death because after this, all the deaths afterwards meant absolutely nothing to me. But I went to my boss and I was like, "You will not believe it. I have this client. His name is Bob. I went to do update and boom, he's dead. He died of cancer." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't take it. I'm going to blow his virtual candle out, like this is bananas." He looked at me and just started laughing. And he was like, "All right, close the case, move on. What are we talking for?" Like, and I'm like, "Bob died." Like, he fucking died, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, "So what? That's one less case you got to worry about. You close the case before the end of the month. You're making your numbers." And then he told everybody, like, "Hey, guess what? Tamaya's client died and she's over here feeling some type of way." And everybody was like clapping, high fiving. Yay, she's closing the claim. She got a closure. That was workers' comp. That's what they were paying me the big bucks for. Just to be a dead soul and just to move the numbers. I helped no one. I've had a couple of deaths as a workers' comp adjuster. I had a major case where this man, the company refused to close out the case because there was so much money involved. And he died while at work trying to get to another location, but he had a brain aneurysm. So the death wasn't immediate. So they couldn't figure out, like, is it because of the brain aneurysm or is it because of the accident? So my job was to do everything in my power to prove that this had nothing to do with workers' comp. All those surgeries, all those bills, which was into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, mind you, all those expenses had nothing to do with us. That's what made me a great adjuster, because I was able to make those type of cases go away, not helping the community. So it wasn't fulfilling to me. I like helping people.